Yo, 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 this is Dorky Diggity Dave, and today I review Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Let's get it done. Welcome back, guys. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Was it any good? Was it better than the first? Let's take a look and see what it's all about. Alright, so Marvel has been knocking them out of the park one by one, and here we are at Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and it's off the very much liked Volume 1, and it kind of set a standard for using quirky music, and actually pretty good music, and the first volume was pretty darn good, and so you saw other movies trying to copy that style. Suicide Squad. Anyway, that's not who I really wanted to say. Yes, it was. But anyway, moving forward, so we now have this movie here, this Volume 2, and the movie is a visual masterpiece. It's stunning. Like, you get to the point where you're not even sure whether set pieces are CG or parts of CG, or is it a mixture, or is it all CG? They really did a fantastic and excellent job on that, because everything you look at, especially in 3D and in IMAX, looks incredible. So you have a visual treat for your eyes will never get tired, and that's an exciting part of the movie, especially if you're bringing your kids, and well, if you are bringing your kids, there are a few explicatives in there. Every so often there's some explicatives, and it seems as if Marvel's going a little bit more edgy in terms of that, because I think this is about the most cursing I've heard in a Marvel movie before or to date. So you're gonna jump in this movie, you're gonna see all the characters that you love. You got your Star-Lord, you got your Gamora, you've got your Rocket Raccoon, Drax, Groot, of course, Yondu, and the rest of the cast. These guys are all bringing the flair from Volume 1 right into Volume 2, and it's a joy to watch. So Kurt Russell as Ego, let me tell you, man, whatever they're doing at Marvel, this aging, this de-aging thing, it just never gets old. Anyway, no, it looks fantastic. Like, whatever that technology is, like, you see Kurt Russell down to his, like, 20s, maybe 25, 26 or something like that, and you're just like, dude, I can't really tell that that's fake. But then again, I saw it in 3D and IMAX, so maybe that was hidden a little bit. Let me know if you see it on a regular screen and it didn't really look all that real, but it looked pretty real to me. The Baby Groot thing is phenomenal. It's very good, it's very cute, it's very awesome, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna sell a ton of toys just because of it. And Rocket Raccoon is pretty amazing, and he has his own scene that gets, man, you'll see. Very, very good. The whole time I was watching, I was like, okay, that's cool. That's exactly how he probably would move. Wow, that's pretty awesome. So, yeah, that's a pretty good scene. Now, out of all the humor and the jokes and some of the dry humor and all that kind of stuff, they did still figure out how to catch you right in the feels, so fair warning. So if you're going into this movie expecting like a superior masterpiece and something much, much better than the first one, you might be a little disappointed in that regard, but if you just go in and enjoy the continuation of the story, and you know this is another Marvel movie and it's summertime, or at least almost summertime, but it's starting the summertime season for the summer blockbusters, superhero style, then you're gonna have an excellent time. Go ahead and grab some popcorn, some nachos with cheese, some Coke, whatever, and have a good time of watching it, because yeah, it's still visually stunning. I remember sitting with my guests that I took to the movie, and I was just like, dude, that was awesome. That was awesome. Visually, that was awesome. That was funny. I'm laughing at that. That's pretty cool. So yeah, you will enjoy it. I just don't know that it's better than the first one. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the things I didn't like in the next section. Okay, so there are jokes and then there are jokes. Now, the movie is stock full with jokes. There's jokes everywhere. Now, it is kind of playing off of the first movie, so yeah, you expect it to be humorous, but they've kind of dialed it up a little bit. And to be honest, it feels like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is trying to be Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. A lot like these movies that are copying them, like Suicide Squad, right? So you have quirky music and you have like classic music and all that kind of stuff that people will recognize to a point, but it doesn't fit the same way that it did in the first volume. That doesn't necessarily make it a bad movie. It just feels like a derivative of it. So you kind of don't get the soul of it. But that being said, there is some soul to the movie, so let me not discount it that way, just that it's not as good and it feels derivative in that way. Now, Drax, from his storyline in the first movie, you kind of thought, or at least I thought, not you kind of thought, I thought that maybe they would have moved his character in a more serious direction, not to get rid of the comic relief aspect of him, because that was great in the first volume, but this is like dialed up way too high for Drax. Like, at some point, I think right around the middle of the movie, I'm just like, dude, this guy is laughing through the entire movie. Like, that happens all the time. Like, in every scene, everything that he's doing that laugh. And they really play on the fact that he's so literal, like that is just happening throughout the entire movie. It doesn't really bang you over the head to the point where you're like, oh, I hate this. You're kind of like, what happened to Drax the Destroyer? This is more like Drax at the Improv, you know what I'm saying? So basically, to kind of summarize it in terms of the bad stuff, this really could have been an absolutely great movie, but it seems like the villain was a little bit weak in terms of the motivations and just the way everything kind of came about. I would have liked to see it a little bit better, and a few less jokes would have probably helped this out a little bit better. Verdict time, guys. I'm going with a 3.5 out of 5 on this one. Now, that doesn't mean it's a bad movie. That's still basically a 70%. This is still a solid entry in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It just didn't bring anything new. Like, it didn't break any molds. It's still very derivative of the first movie, as I mentioned before. Not bad things, but not super great things. You'll still enjoy it. The CG still rocks, and you'll still love seeing all your favorite characters from the first movie. So, that's basically it. Once again, this is Dorky Diggity Dave. You just watched the review for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. So, if you liked the video, and I hope that you did, go ahead and click subscribe, click like, leave a comment, share with your friends, share with your mama. All that stuff helps me out. And remember, stay dorky, and I'll catch y'all on the flip.